1994, the 27th of September. The Estonia ferry was loading with passengers and cars. There were a total of 989 passengers and crew. The ship was called MS Estonia, which built at Germany on 1980. On 1980, Estonia built in West German, Paperberg. Her first name was Viking Sally while operating by Viking Line. At 1,991 Estonia used by Silja Line with Silja Star name. At 1991, Estonia sold to Wasa Line. Her new name was Wasa King. And at last, Estonia sold to her last operator, S-Line with Estonia name. The Estonia was using routes between Finland, Sweden. Here's the 3D model of the ship. Bow visor was one of the weakest part of Estonia. Here's the bow visor. Estonia was one of the biggest ship of her country. But in September 29th something went wrong. On September 28th, Estonia was getting ready for a journey to Sweden. There were a total of 989 passengers and 42 cars. The ferry left the port of Tallinn around 19 o'clock in the evening. The weather conditions were reasonable at the beginning, but it began to worsen as it progressed through the Baltic Sea. The wind was getting worse. The waves were reaching a height of 4 to 6 meters. Between 0 o'clock to 1 o'clock, the weather got worse. The car ramp and head cap visor at the head of MS Estonia began to strain due to the big waves. Around 1 o'clock, passengers heard loud metal crashes. Abnormal shaking began on the ship. Some travelers described this sound as like a train crash. The head cover fell into the sea by the effect of intense waves. This cover normally protected the ramp from which cars entered. When the lid broke, a large amount of water began to fill the ramp. The water filled the vehicle deck, and this situation disrupted the ship's center of gravity, causing the ship to lie to the right side on the port side. The slope on board reached 30 degrees in a short time, then increased to 45 degrees. Many passengers could not leave their room. It became impossible to walk down the stairs. The crew sent an emergency call Mayday, but communication was interrupted. It was almost impossible to reach life jackets, put the boots into the sea, and evacuate it. Some travelers had to jump into the sea. The sea temperature was about 8 degrees Celsius. When the ship was sinking, only a few lifeguards could be used properly. Estonia was completely sunk in about 50 minutes. Rescue efforts were started, but transportation to the area took 1 to 2 hours, which reduced the chance of survival. In total, 137 people were rescued, only 94 of which could be brought to the land alive. 852 people lost their lives. This is one of the greatest maritime disasters in peacetime Europe. The incident shocked, and the governments of Estonia, Sweden, and Finland launched a joint investigation. According to the official report, the main cause of the accident was explained as structural weakness of the headlamp and design errors. The ship lost its head with the intensity of the waves, which led to rapid water filling.